Okay, just looking around the apartment complex, looking for some stuff we need for the next video. Look at this. Bunch of twigs. Let's gather these up. We can use these. This is fuel. Fuel for a fire. Okay? And this is... Oh. What do we have here? Dryer lint. Oh. Gotta get some of that. Twigs and dryer lint. We're gonna have some fun.
Hello, welcome to Milo and I. We decided to get out for a little bit here today. We're going to practice some skills, we're going to play with some gear, and eventually we'll have some coffee. So stick around and we'll show you how this is done. The first thing we have here is an Esbit stove. It's a nice little folding stove, keeps your fire off the ground. Uses hexamine tablets, or you can actually use twigs with it. We'll gather up some of those in a little bit and we'll get this thing going. But as you can see inside, I do carry 2 fuel tablets and a lighter. It's always a good thing to have a lighter with you. I have one in my pocket, and Milo carries one in his bag. So we're always going to have a way to make fire. The hexamine tablets will burn for about 7 minutes, which is more than long enough to get water boiling. I got a gift card from somebody and got this from one of the big box stores. So it was one of the best things that I could have bought at the time. It's great for a little one-person folding stove. Next item I have is the standard 5-piece mess kit. I really like this. It's for one person because it provides you with everything you need: a frying pan, a plate, a pot with a lid, and a cup. What really makes it better is that you can actually customize it to yourself, as you'll see just when I open it up. You remove the plate, and you'll see that I have a packet of oatmeal, because when it really comes down to it, it's nice to have food, especially a warm meal at times. I also have the pot wrapped in a bandana. This keeps it from rattling around, as well as the oatmeal takes up the extra space that you would have inside there if you didn't put anything in. So, the bandana is always a good thing to have. If we needed to filter water, we could do it with the bandana. We don't need to do that today. I actually brought clean water, but if we needed to, we could use the bandana for that. Inside, we have the pot with the lid. And then inside of that, I have 6 packets of instant coffee, another packet of oatmeal. Inside the cup, I put salt, pepper, and sugar. All very nice things to have that you might forget otherwise. I also have a folding spoon that came from another set that I have. So that way I can have my oatmeal. Again, taking up the extra space that normally would just allow things to rattle around. What I do like about this stove is that you're not necessarily committed to using just the fuel tablets. It is also a twig stove, and we're going to get it set up. This was a good find. Purple lint. I just was walking by and found it, and I knew that it would be great for getting the fire going. So I'm going to get the stove loaded up, get it, and as you can see, I've got this tree around my apartment that branches just fall off of it.
leaving me a lot of twigs that can be used. And that's the best thing about it is we foraged for some fuel for our fire. So I'm going to get this loaded up and get the fire going. Be right back. Okay, so now I've got the fire going and got the pot of water on there. And it shouldn't be long. We'll have some hot water and be able to make some coffee. As you can see, the fire can be fed from the sides. Keep it going. So while I'm waiting for the water to boil, I got everything else ready. Got my instant coffee and sugar in my cup, just waiting. I like coffee. I don't normally put sugar in my coffee, but with instant coffee, for me it's a must. But as you can see, we just keep on feeding that fire. And it doesn't take all that much to keep it going. Nice thing about the Esbit stove is if you have wind coming from a direction, you can actually turn it so that it creates its own wind block for the fire, which I think is very handy. It is dual fuel. You can use the twigs, or you can use the fuel tablets that come with it, and you can buy extra ones. I like always keeping a couple on hand just in case you can't find anything any twigs to burn in it. But as you can see, it just doesn't take very long to get a small amount of water boiling. And it has a very good fire on it. So as soon as it gets to a full boil, which you should really do, just because it's warm, making coffee, get it to a full boil. That's in a sense practicing purifying the water. So we've got a few skills we've used today, which is making fire, foraging for the twigs, and purifying water. It's always good to get out and practice these skills. And you get a cup of coffee in the end. So be right back. Well, the water's hot. I've got the fire put out so that I can let it cool down so I can pack it up. And it's just a matter of pouring some coffee. And we're going to sit down in a moment and have some. So, let's get this all stirred up. There we have some coffee. So, as you can see, we just came out to the park. And I like doing this when I go out on day trips or anything like that. Gives me a chance to practice some of the skills that you need. Getting fire going, foraging for the fuel for the fire, purifying water if you need to. Also gives you a chance to practice with your gear. You don't want to be last minute trying to figure out how your gear works. I guess, if you're ever in a survival situation and the guy next to you has a nice shiny gear that's never been used, I'd be a little scared. People aren't, they're just buying. And you don't want to be a buyer, you want to be a user. And in that sense, I mean using your gear, learning how to, as for my mess kit, customize it to you. It'll always help you in the end. It'll help others too, but you gotta help yourself first. And then, for me, it's, me, my family, they're first. Anybody else, yes, I'll probably give assistance, but I don't know how much I can do. That's the nice thing about coming out and having a cup of coffee too, is it gives you time to think. Gives you time to think about what's going on, or what you have to do for the day, things like that.
So it's nice to just sit down and take a moment. I mean, for me, coffee is great. It's a morning wake up. It's a morale booster when it's cold out. So being able to have a cup of coffee for me, or any hot beverage, or as you know, like the oatmeal, having a warm meal, it boosts morale and keeps you going, and that's another thing that you have to have. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my coffee, and then Milo and I are gonna head home. So thanks for watching. I'd like to hear what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe and click the bell icon. You'll get notifications of when we make new videos. Thanks for watching. You know, have a great day. Stay safe out there.